Okay, so I think I should be live now. I'm just going to double check. Let's see if this is working. Oh, it's really dark. Okay. There we go. I think if I just come a bit closer. There. Okay, let me see if this is working. All right, well, while I get a confirmation um, to see if this live stream is running, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what the cause that I'm raising money for is. So, Live for Life began in Zimbabwe, and it's the location where we've had the most impact and expansion. And to date, we have built 5 community gyms in Harare, the capital, and have hosted dozens of workshops throughout the country. We're continuously working with local leaders to expand our programs, community impact, and sustainability. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to disrupt the political, economic, and social realms of our societies, we are being confronted with significant challenges. Whether it be losing a job, learning to work from home, caring for a sick loved one, or simply struggling to find a new sense of normalcy. However, around the world, the struggles we face are not all equal. As informal sectors of the economy have shut down, many Zimbabweans are now unemployed and living in poverty. As schools have stopped conducting classes, the majority of Zimbabwean children and youth currently do not have access to any form of education. And as gyms and other recreational spaces have closed, the mental and physical health of Zimbabweans has suffered. So, this summer, Live for Life is raising funds for its COVID-19 relief campaign with a goal of $5,000 USD. So far, we have raised an initial $2,500 for local initiatives that will help build sustainable livelihoods in Zimbabwe during these difficult times. Using a holistic community approach, we will address these issues of unemployment, education, as well as food and nutrition. So, one of these initiatives, which has been funded already, was the building of 2 local poultry farms and a community garden that will provide employment opportunities for youth in Zimbabwe. With the help of local community leaders, this youth-led initiative will allow them to learn how to manage a business, as well as to be financially independent and support their families. Also, one of the things that I've been helping out with personally is leading workouts for youth in Zimbabwe over Skype so that they can have some form of organized physical activity. The majority of Zimbabwean children and youth currently do not have any access to form of education as they don't have the privilege of online classes, electronic devices, books, and other resources. So, with the economy and gyms now opening, we are raising an additional $2,500 through these weekly live workouts and other fundraising activities to open up our first post-COVID gym. So, let me just double check to make sure this is running. Looks like it should be good. Okay, so then without any further ado, we'll get into our yoga class. All right, so if everyone could just come to a seat. You can put your hands on your knees like this, or bring your hands into your lap, whatever you find works best for you. So, you can close your eyes off, and I just want you to take a moment to set an intention for this class. Something you are hoping that your practice will help you to achieve. So your intention is the reason why you're doing yoga, why you came here to this class, and why you've arrived on your mat. So it can be something simple, like just to stretch and have fun, or you can also have an intention of gratitude. Um, and it is something that we focus on throughout the practice and come back and reflect on in our final resting pose. So, as you think about this intention, we're going to take some breaths together. Get our breath activated for the class. Good. And we're going to seal this intention with one final clearing breath. So everyone breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can sigh it out. Good. All right, we're going to wake up our spine with a couple of cat-cows in this seated position. So we're going to inhale. You're going to open up your chest, lift your chin, and exhale, holding onto your knees, round out your back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, we're going to inhale and exhale. Good. All right, I'm going to turn and face this way. We're going to extend out our right leg, keeping your left leg tucked in. And you can place your right hand down as you sweep your left hand up and over to the side. You want to make sure you're opening up your chest in this position and looking up to the sky. Good. Now we're going to sweep our left hand down, place it behind us, and as we lift up our right hand, we're going to lift up our hips and stretch behind. Good. Going to repeat that one more time, placing down our right hand, sweeping our left hand up and over. And place down your left hand, sweep your right hand up and behind. Good. All right, now we're going to bring that over to the other side. So extend your left leg out and placing down your left hand, sweep your right arm up and over. Good. Placing down your right hand, sweep your left hand up and behind you as you lift your hips up. Good. Repeating that one more time. Hand down and sweep up and over. Good, very nice. You can come back. We're going to face the front of our mat, and I'm just going to double check that everything is working. All right. Video. Let's double check. Okay, good. All right. Sorry about that. So, coming to the front of your mat, you can bring your feet together, holding onto your ankles like this, or onto your feet. And we're just going to keep our spine nice and straight as we fold forward through the hips. So you're probably going to be a lot more flexible than I am, but you can feel free to go as far forwards as you can. Good. All right, we're going to fold our knees in and lifting our feet off the ground. We're going to balance on our bottom. You can wrap your knees in and give them a big hug like this. You can even let your forehead fall onto your knees. Good. And staying here, we're going to put our left hand on our left knee. You can take your two peace fingers, wrap them around your right big toe, and straighten your leg out. See if you can balance. Don't let your feet touch the ground. Good. We're going to try that on the other side. So grabbing your right knee, peace fingers around your left toe, and straighten that leg out as far as you can go. Try to keep that spine nice and straight too. Good. All right, now bring that down. You're going to see if you can grab both feet and straighten them out like so. Very nice. Try to hold it. Try to balance. And next we're going to let go of our feet, but you want to keep your feet up high. So you can point your toes, hands out in front, like this. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can let your feet come down. Bring them back in to that position where your feet are together. And we're going to do that fold one more time. Good. All right, now we're going to bring our knees together and we're going to do a couple of rocks along the length of our mat. And on the third one, I want you to try to stand up to your feet. So rocking back and forth. Up tall. You can stand up straight. Good. We're going to try that twice more. And you can try coming up on one foot at a time, okay? So it'll be a little bit tricky, but it's a challenge. So you can come down, rock. Oh. Try to come up one foot at a time. Try it on the other side. Got that side. Good. All right, and now come to your mountain pose. So your feet together, hands just falling at your side. We're going to take one deep breath. All right, on your next inhale, sweep your arms up high. Watch them touch above you and fold over your legs. Inhale, you're going to come to a flat back position with you can place your hands on your shins. And exhale, fold over your legs. Good. All right, inhale, we're going to, you can either step your feet back or jump your feet back to a front support. And we're going to hold this front support for 5 seconds. So make sure you're really pushing through your hands. You can spread your fingertips wide and make sure you've got a flat back. You're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right, now I want you to come over. You're going to plant your right hand down, come over to your right hand, and go into a side plank, looking up at your left hand. Good. Inhale and exhale. We're going to wrap this arm around behind us. Inhale it up. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale. Inhale up. You can place that hand back down. We're going to come over to the left side. Exhale as you wrap around, and inhale as you reach up. Good. All right, and coming back to your plank in the middle, we're going to go into a vinyasa. So what that means in yoga is how we get from our front support position to a downward dog. So for some, that might be coming down onto your knees, bending your arms and coming into a baby cobra. Or the tougher option is to come down through chaturanga. So that's where we bend our elbows into our sides. And before we come all the way down, push all the way up to an upward dog. And exhale. We're all going to meet in our downward dog. So this is our first downward dog. I want you guys to wiggle it out so you can pedal your feet out. You can shake your head, nod your head, yes, shake your head, no. Shift your hips back and forth. Do whatever you need to do to really settle into this position. Good. From here, we're going to take our hands wide to the edges of our mat and our feet wide. And we're going to wave forwards into a front support position or a high plank. Next, we're going to take our right knee and bring it to our right elbow and back. And same thing on the left side. We're going to repeat that twice more. Good. And you can push back into your wide downward dog. Then bring your hands in and your feet in just to a normal downward dog position. And next we're going to, you can either jump your feet in or step your feet in. And straighten your legs. Inhale as we lift to a flat back. Exhale over your legs. Inhale all the way up, looking at your hands, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, looking up, exhale, down, inhale to flat back, and exhale, we can either jump or step back to that front support. We're going to do a vinyasa to our downward dog. Very nice. All right, so we're going to go back to that wide spread downward dog and wave forwards to that wide high plank. So this time, I want you to shift over to your right side. Now it's going to be a little bit trickier this time because your hands are further apart, but we're going to come into that side plank, looking up high. And I want you to step your left foot sort of in between your foot and your hand. So we get that stretch in our side. And we're going to exhale, wrap around, inhale, up. Exhale, wrap around, inhale, up. And you can place your hand down, step your foot back, and we're going to come over to the left side. So pushing off, inhale, arm up. You can step your foot in, and exhale, wrap around, inhale, up. Exhale, wrap around, inhale, up. Good. And you can place your feet back, hands back, push back into that downward dog, and bring your feet in so they're at a normal distance apart. Good. So from here, what we're going to do, we're going to jump or step our feet in again, but we're going to come to a wide squat. So your feet should be at the edges of your mat. You can bring your hands into heart center, And just let your bottom fall sort of in between, but don't let it touch the ground. So we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Good. I want you to put your hands down and extend the legs, step them together. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now for this next one, you might want to step back a bit. Just make sure you have enough room in front of you. What we're going to do, you're going to ground into your left foot and lift your right knee up. I'm going to start by doing some circles, just with your ankle going one way and then the other. And then you're going to, you can put your left hand on your hip, right hand on your knee. Going to work some circles, going in one direction and in the other direction. Good. And we're going to bring our knee back to the front and take those two peace fingers, or you can try wrapping your hand around your foot. We're going to try to extend our foot all the way out in front. So make sure we're focusing on keeping our core tight. That'll help with our balance. And look straight forwards. Now I want you to try, you can try to open your leg out to the side, still gazing forwards to keep that balance. Good. All right, bring it back in front and still holding. I have a challenge. If you want to try, you can bring your arm in front, just squat down, see how far you can go. If you fall out here, that's okay. And back up. Awesome job. All right. So now I want you to let go of your foot, but we're going to keep it up high. So you can point that toe. Good. We're going to hold it here. Bring our hands to heart center and sweep it back for a warrior 3 position. So you can make this pose a little bit more challenging by lifting your arms up by your ears and getting more of a bend in that supporting foot. Good. All right, we're going to step this foot back. You can shuffle forwards if you need to. And we're going to open out to our warrior 2 position. So just the alignment here, we want to make sure that our front foot is pointing straight and our back foot is on about a 45-degree angle. So in our warrior, we should be feeling pretty strong. Our arms should be straight out and we're looking over our fingertips. Good. So together we're going to inhale and lift up. Exhale back to our warrior. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior. One more time. Good. Now, we're going to do a triangle pose. So you can straighten that front leg, and we're going to turn our hands out to the side like this. You're going to stretch forwards, reach as far as you can forwards, and once you're as far as you can go, you can fall down, you can put your hand by your ankle on the ground, whatever works for you. But we want to make sure that we're opening our chest up. Good. All right, so from here, we can windmill our arms down, placing our hands on the mat, step back to our front support, and we're going to do a vinyasa. Inhale to your upwards dog, and exhale to your downwards dog. Good. So From here, we're going to jump back into that low squat. So jump your feet wide, or you can step them wide. Bring your hands together. Good. You can place your hands down, step your feet in. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fall over your legs. Inhale, coming all the way up. Watch your hands touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. So next, we're going to come over to the other side. So you can take that step back if you need to. And we're going to ground down into our right foot this time. So hands at heart center. Going to lift that left knee up and start doing some small circles with your ankle, going one way and the other way. And bringing your right hand to your hip, left hand to grab your knee. Going to do some circles, working into that hip. And going the other way. Good. And bringing it back forwards. We're going to, you can either take your peace fingers around your big toe or grab onto the outside. Going to extend that foot forwards and try to balance. See if you can straighten it all the way, or just go as far as you can. Good, we're going to open that foot out to the side. Good. It helps if you focus on a spot or something while you're trying to balance. Good, we're going to bring that foot forwards. And again, we're going to try doing that squat. So you can bring your arm out in front, see how far you can go down, back up. Good. And let go of your foot, bring your hands together, and keeping it straight out in front. Good. All right, holding it here. And then we're going to sweep it back to our warrior three position. And if you want, you can sweep those arms up in front. Good. And remember, if you want to make it a little harder too, you can also bend that bottom knee. Good. We're going to step it back, come forwards if you need to, and open out to our warrior two. So check your alignment, make sure your feet are in the right position, and you can just gaze over your fingertips. We're going to inhale, stretch up, looking up at the hands, and exhale, bringing those arms down. Inhale, look up. The sun is really bright right now. Exhale, bring it down. One more time. Good. From here, we're going to come into our triangle pose. So straighten that front leg. You're gonna open those hands out, so palms are facing towards me. You're gonna stretch all the way as far as you can, and then fall or bring your hand down to the ground or ankle. So we want to look up at our fingertips here. Good. All right, we're going to circle our arms down, placing our hands down on the mat. Come to your front support and vinyasa. So down, chaturanga, inhale, upwards dog, exhale, downwards dog. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths here in our downwards dog. So take 3 big breaths. Good. All right, so looking forwards, if you want to jump forwards, or you can step your feet in. You're gonna jump in, inhale to a flat back, exhale, forwards fold, inhale, all the way up, and hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale, forwards fold, inhale to flat back, exhale, jump it out, chaturanga, or go down into your cobra, upwards dog, then downwards dog. Good. All right, so from here, you're going to jump, step, fly, bring your feet in front of you however you need to so that you're in a sitting position. So jump your feet in and sit down on your bottom. We're going to bring the legs straight out in front. And we're going to bring our right knee and try to sort of stack it on top of the left knee. So bring your foot into the side, just like this. Good. All right, and now I want you to keep your spine straight throughout this forward fold. We're going to reach, and you can try to grab your ankle, grab your foot, whatever is available to you. And if you're able to, you might also find it relaxing to let your head fall onto your knee. Good. All right, coming back up. We're going to take that right foot and plant it down. You can bring your left foot and tuck it into the side like this. We're going to place our right hand down. Inhale. And exhale, put your left elbow by your knee and twist looking behind you. Good. So as you inhale, you want to think about straightening your back. And as you exhale, you want to think about twisting even further. Good. All right. You're going to do a little counter twist there. And then bring it right over to the other side. So extend both legs. We're going to stack the left knee on top of the right this time. And fold over your knees. Good. All right, we're going to plant our left foot down and tuck in that right foot. And placing your left hand down, you sweep your right arm up, tuck behind your knee, and gaze behind you. Remember, as you breathe in, you're straightening your back. And as you exhale, you're twisting even further. Good. All right, coming out of that, we're going to do a little counter twist. And bring your feet out in front of you. We're actually going to come onto our knees and go into a child's pose. So you can bring your knees wide here and let your shoulders really stretch as you let your forehead rest on the mat. You're going to take 3 deep breaths here. Good. All right, so for our last little challenge before we end off this practice and go into our final resting pose, we are going to try to do a little headstand. So what I want you to do, you're going to, and also there's always the option just to stay here in child's pose as we try this. But if you're up for the challenge, you're going to interlace your fingers like this, placing your elbows down on your mat. And you want to make sure that the crown of your head is flat on the ground. And your hands should really just be supporting the back of your head. So placing your head down, make sure your fingers or your hands are in the right spot. You can try to lift up. And you can just play around here, so do whatever you're comfortable with. You can stay in this tuck. You can open up to a straddle, go all the way up to a headstand. Just do whatever you're feeling. Good. All right, we're going to bring that down. Be careful as you're coming up that you don't get a head rush. And we're going to make our way onto our back. So before we go into our final resting pose, I want you to come and bring your knees into your chest like this. And we're just going to rock from side to side on our mat. You can either stay here, or if you want to come into a happy baby pose, so that's where you grab the outsides of your feet, and you pull your knees sort of into your armpits like this, and you can rock side to side here. It's a really good one. Good. All right, so we're going to extend our legs out and come into our final resting pose called Shavasana. So it's actually a Sanskrit word for corpse pose. So you're going to lie down on your back, legs spread out wide, arms out wide, and palms facing up to the ceiling or the sky, depending if you're doing this outside. And you're going to try to tuck your shoulder blades sort of underneath your back. And during this pose, you really just want to try to be still. You want to let your body really soak in all the work that it has done as it just sinks into the earth. And if we did set an intention at the beginning of the class, now is a great time to come back to it. as we're lying here, you guys can slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Start to deepen your breath and wake up your body again. And as your body is slowly waking up, you can make your way over to your side or do whatever you need to come back up to a seated position. And you can bring your hands to heart center here, looking down. We're going to do 3 deep breaths to finish off our practice. I really hope you guys had a good time flowing with me, and I hope you guys have a really good rest of the day. Namaste. Awesome job. So, thank you guys so much for joining me again. And I really hope you guys consider donating to the Tiltify that is connected to this YouTube live stream. All right, bye. Thanks for joining.